There was a poet, and I'm not sure who it was, but if you know, you can put it in the comments. And that poet said, "Nobody but nobody can make it out here alone." There was another famous writer that says, "No man is an island." And there's another quote that says, "We stand on the shoulders of greatness." Now, I'm bringing all this up because I saw a comment not too long ago, and it was talking about how women who claim to be independent shouldn't claim that because some of them are relying on child support or Section 8 housing or, WIC or some other government assistance. And that's true in terms of some women are relying on child support for help in taking care of a child that is not completely hers alone. She created that child with a partner, and that partner has a responsibility to that child. So that's not denying her independence, because that is caring for the child, not her. And the child is by definition a dependent for both of them, but especially for the person that has a child more than 50% of the time and can claim that child as a dependent on their taxes. Now, as far as government help or other help, I started off with those quotes to say that if the definition of independence is never needing assistance from anyone in any shape, form, or fashion, no one is independent. We all need help at some point. There are times when you may ask somebody for $1. So does that mean you're not independent? You may ask somebody for some gas money or a ride to work. Does that mean you're not independent? So let's stop being silly about, someone getting help means they're not independent, because that help does not cover everything. You still have to take care of yourself. And that means that you are independent. And there are people who don't get that assistance. So thinking that everybody does is also a flawed way of thinking. And the idea that any man or any person needs to shame another person for saying that they're independent is ridiculous in itself. What are you competing with? Or why are you competing? Why is it upsetting to you that someone, when they're prompted by most likely by you saying something about them needing someone, that they would say that they're independent? It sounds a lot like all of this is coming from insecurity, that you feel upset that this person isn't more dependent. And because they aren't more dependent, meaning they're completely dependent, and they have to rely on a man or a husband for their sustenance, you're upset that they have any form of independence. And that's what this really seems to be to me, that you want to try to take away credit for what they do have, because what they do have allows them freedom of choice and doesn't make them settle for what someone would want to give them. And again, we need to accept that adults have choices, and adults don't have to choose what you want them to choose. And you trying to shame them is not going to make them choose you any faster or any more. So I just hope that as we move through 2024 and the years to come, that people will stop with these mind games that they're trying to play, this gaslighting that they're trying to do, because it just doesn't work. If you know who you are and know what you have and know what you've done, you don't have to prove it to anybody, because you know. And therefore you have a confidence that says, believe me or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is still the fact. So may you walk in synergy. There was a poet, and I'm not sure who it was, but if you know, you can put it in the comments. And that poet said, "Nobody but nobody can make it out here alone." There was another famous writer that said,